Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the latest Train Sim World 5 news. This is something I have been looking forward to for ages. The Schnellfahrstrecke Köln to Aachen timetable update coming soon. If you don't know what Köln to Aachen is, it was the main German route that was part of the Train Sim World 2 core package. It was a decent route. However, the timetable has always been a bit lackluster. So now there has been a new timetable in the works for months now. And we finally have details on when it will release, yes, release, and also what services that will be offered. This will be a free, I repeat, a free update for all existing owners of Köln to Aachen, and all people who buy Köln to Aachen after the timetable update will get the new timetable. So yeah, very rare that we get free updates to old routes. So let's get started. So this will be a free update, as I've said. We should note, the timetable update will initially be rolled out to Steam. Repeat, Steam players only, with other update platforms receiving the update at a later time. That makes sense, because the vast majority of people who play this game play it on Steam. However, I suppose this is for them to address bugs before allowing it onto Epic, Xbox, and PlayStation. Which does make sense, but I suppose the console and Epic people will not be too happy about this. But I can see where they're coming from with this. Okay, the timetable. There is all relevant content installed. The service count will go up considerably from the original 552 services to over 4,000, with 600 being playable. So here's a picture of what that will look like. So on the left is a BR406 ICE 3M, which is included with the route. Then we have a 101. I can't tell if that's the expert one or the dovetail one. Then we also have a BR110 in the modern Deutsche Bahn livery from Bremen to Oldenburg. Then we also have a BR155 in Deutsche Bahn red, I think from Rursig Nord. We also have a Talent 2, which is included with the route, and a BR146, which layers in from a different route. Right. Below is the full list of add-ons that will add playable and AI services to the new timetable. Bremen to Oldenburg will provide the BR110 with Endwagen services on certain AI RB48 at Köln and RE4 at Aachen services. So the 110 will be AI only. Dresden-Nachwerker Dresden, facilitating ZACNS freight services and static stock throughout the route. Frankfurt to Fulda will provide AI ICE-T services. Hamburg to Lübeck will provide static Rus T wagons throughout the route. Hauptstrecke Rhein-Ruhr will provide the BR422 operating S6 and the BR425 operating RE8, RB26, RB27 at Köln, and RB33 at Aachen services. Link Rheinstrecke will offer a BR103 rail tour service. LGV Mediterranee, the worst route in the game, will provide TGV AI services, substituting for Thalys services between Aachen and Köln, presumably because they don't have a Thalys license, but that makes sense. Unfortunately, it seems as though they will be AI. I don't know. Probably because they don't stop at Aachen, which is a major shame because we've needed another place to drive the TGV other than LGV Mediterranee and Pfalzische Ludwigsbahn. Anyway, Maintalbahn for the DBBR 642 serving all major stations. More details found below, which we will have a look at. Main Spessartbahn will provide the DBBR 146 and additional RE1 services. Rursig Nord will provide their BR363, which will provide shunting and local services throughout the route and in yards such as Stolberg and Köln-Hansaring. Salzburg to Rosenheim will provide the BR111 on RE4 services at Aachen Hauptbahnhof. Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel to Würzburg will provide ICE-1 AI services at Köln, as well as a few playable services running the full length of the route, plus ICE-3 AI services at Köln. Most freight services also come from this add-on. Railpool, the Railpool BR193 Vectron will provide playable and AI Nightjet services. That's pretty cool. Unfortunately the Nightjet will be AI services again. The Flixtrain BR193 Vectron, which is a DLC for the Frankfurt to Fulda and Zigtarbahn route, will provide AI services at Köln with a few playable depot moves and 2 full-length runs with 1 each way. The DB-BR101, the Dovetail version, will provide intercity services as AI at Köln, as well as a few playable services running the full length of the route. I imagine the Expert 101 will also be able to substitute into that service as well, because that's what it does. It can substitute into the Dovetail services. The BR218, which is, as you remember, a DLC for Hamburg to Lübeck, which will provide one short freight service that is bound for a diesel-only branch line. That's good. And I'm going to tell you why. A lot of people will be like, oh, just one service for the 218. I'm like, I'm glad they included it and didn't leave it out, because that's pretty good. And then the S-Bahn Köln, or New Journeys, BR423, will run all S11, S12, and S19 services. The good thing I picked up the New Journeys BR423 then. I picked it up for like $1 on a sale, so I knew that purchase would come in handy one day. These are all in their own layers for this timetable and do not affect the separate New Journeys timetable. Further timetable details. On the New Journeys timetable, RE8 and RB27 services had problems joining the main line in the southbound direction and always ran late, causing only northbound services to be playable. Wait, what? I didn't even know that was a thing. This timetable has them running on time in both directions. That is good. That is so good. In this timetable, the original RE1, RE9, S-Bahn, and ICE services will of course still feature. New AI services will also be seen at various stations such as Aachen Hauptbahnhof, Düren, and of course Köln Hauptbahnhof, which has non-stop activity through the day, including RE7 trains. For players with Main-Spessartbahn, there are additional peak-only RE1 services that run non-stop between Aachen Hauptbahnhof and Düren, only stopping at Stolberg Hauptbahnhof. RE1 also has 2 services a day that stop additionally at Eilendorf. And now, let's BR642 services from the Main-Talbahn. The addition of RB20 services will allow players to serve a new station, Eilendorf Bahnhof, which is only serviced by RB20 and some peak RE services. RB20's trains also run between Langewehr and Düren and as AI at Langewehr. Main-Talbahn also adds RB21 and RB28 services at AI as AI at Düren, RB12, RE22, RB24, RB25 as AI-only traffic in the Köln area, and RB38 as playable services between Köln Hauptbahnhof and Horum, as well as AI services at Horum. For the freight fans, the timetable now features a huge new array of services to experience mostly via the Kassel to Würzburg add-on. Freight trains will need to stop at passing points for high-speed trains or even other freight trains, and whilst most are A to B runs, there are a few shunting services at Stolberg too. And now we get to the information most of you have been waiting for, the rollout. The timetable update is scheduled to be rolled out initially to Steam players only, with other platforms receiving the update at a later time. These will come with the next scheduled Trains of World patch update, alongside a range of other improvements and fixes for various add-ons, ahead of the release of Cargo Line Volume 3 Intermodal on the 1st of May. So Steam players will receive this by the end of April or on the 1st of May. Normally patch updates to prepare for add-ons normally happen about 24 hours before the route is released. So I'm guessing this will come out on the 30th of April. That's just a guess, mind you, but I'm guessing the timetable will come out on the 30th of April. Yes! We will provide further details about the timetable on PlayStation 5, not PlayStation 4, just 5, Xbox Series X and S, not Xbox One, and Epic Games players at a later time, whilst our teams continue to test these platforms. So that basically means the Steam people will be beta testers for this add-on. So the people at Dovetail can find and fix any bugs before rolling them out to the other platforms, which I think is a good idea. I know the people who aren't on Steam are going to be very angry about this, but I personally think it's a good idea. If you're a player on PlayStation 4, you may have already gotten a sneak preview of the new timetable, as this was unintentionally included on builds earlier in the month. Wait, what? The PlayStation 4 chaps have had access to this the whole time, and they didn't tell us? What? Okay, we've not been able to further test this platform, and we'll share more news for our rollout on PS4 alongside all other platforms as we can. In the meantime, if you do give it a try on PlayStation 4, please be aware of any issues you may encounter, and we welcome any thoughts you have in the dedicated feedback thread on the forums. I did not know the PS4 chaps already had access to that. That's funny. Oh. So, yeah, and then it starts talking about the add-on itself, in case you haven't got it, and where you can buy it. So, yeah, that is all we know. So, it is coming relatively soon. It is coming by the end of April or very early May. And let me know what you think of this down in the comments, because I think this is awesome. Köln to Aachen has needed some love. It's always been exceptionally quiet. And to finally have, like, the route to feel like genuinely busy is going to be absolutely awesome. However, there is one thing that I'm a bit annoyed about. Why is the route does this update not include a lighting upgrade? Because this route is still running the older lighting engine, the pre-Trains to World 3 lighting engine, and this update is already big. Why don't they just include the lighting upgrade as part of this update? It's a bit illogical, but anyway, that's my only complaint. I think I'll be playing a lot more of Köln to Aachen now that when this timetable comes out. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see videos of the new timetable for Köln to Aachen. And yeah, that'll be it for this video, everybody. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see those videos when the update drops, and I will see you then. Goodbye.